We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. It's I do not like being back in Ohio for one reason. You know, it's always
It's
good to come
Ohio?
home. Well, yeah. Hey, we actually oops, sorry about that. I forgot to turn my thing off. When I got down to Florida, I
Yeah?
could breathe.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the salt air gets you and
Mm-hmm.
opens up things. It's so nice. And then you get back to Ohio and you're like again. But anyways.
Yeah.
Hey, we had some sunshine yesterday.
Yeah.
Someone turned
It
the
stopped
faucet off.
raining. Finally.
It was so
Stopped
good.
raining.
Happy morning, James. Thank you for watching.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
That's a thing people say.
I do. Don't you say happy morning?
No, I say good morning.
Oh,
Just like he said.
good morning, James.
Good morning, Jen. But yeah, the rain finally stopped.
Thank goodness.
Got a little bit of sun.
Yes,
I don't think it's supposed to rain again for, a few days.
we'll take
Thank
it.
goodness.
Yeah.
Had quite a bit of high water in my backyard this past couple days.
Yeah. You had some like scary high water coming toward
Yeah.
your house. It was like,
Yeah, luckily it never like got into the yard, but it was
like you
a
can
little-
stop anytime now.
Yeah, yeah. It's this little creek back behind my house, and it's got dammed up pretty bad because a
Mhm.
tree fell down.
Mhm. Is the tree still there?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
A tree falling is kind of like, and then everyone goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, it fell on my property, but it fell on your property, so it's your
Yeah.
responsibility. No, it's your tree. It fell on my property, but it's your tree. It's your
Yeah, it's-
responsibility.
Yeah. I
I
don't,
don't know
that,
technically
yeah. I don't know that any of it is on my property. I think it's not, but it's close to it.
Yeah.
But it's in a spot that's causing trouble for everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, hopefully everybody gets together and
Yeah. Hopefully somebody does something,
the
but
tree warms someone's home this winter.
no, I don't know.
Maybe it'll get chopped up and used for a good purpose.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
So yeah.
Blocking the creek is not a good purpose
No,
though.
that's like the worst
That's
purpose.
the worst purpose.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of good purposes for trees, like, providing oxygen and whatnot.
Mhm.
And then, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
blocking creeks, not so much.
Beavers are loving it right now though.
True.
Yeah.
Speaking
They're-
of blocking creeks.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, man, it would have taken me a year to do that. The
Yeah,
thing just
thank you,
did it
tree.
overnight.
Yep, exactly.
So we got to welcome back
Yes,
Dylan.
our sweet Dylan is back. He's been a
Dylan's
little under
back.
the weather, so
I
welcome
am
back.
Thank you.
So I was laughing though, not at him, but with him this morning because he had a variety of ailments. He had
Mhm.
some
He
kind
had
of
'em all.
basic funk that it's like no one knows what it is, but
Yeah.
it's not good. And so I said, "Are you on medicine?" And he said, "Yeah, 4 different ones." And I said, "Oh, good God Almighty, what buttons is he going to push this morning?"
Yeah.
I said, "Do you feel goofy?" He said, "Yep."
Hey,
I had
good.
A lot of sicknesses. That was not fun.
No. You had kind of the gamut of sicknesses. So
Yeah. Hopefully we're coming out of this.
Oh,
Literally everybody had a cold for a month and a half thing.
yeah, pretty much. So hopefully we'll, everybody's immune system getting built back up we hope. And Dylan certainly should have a good immune
Yeah.
system after
hope
this
so.
madness.
It's weird. I've been more sick lately than I ever have been in my whole life. Like the second I started here, I got sick, and then I got sick again, and now I'm sick again.
Yeah.
It's because we all ran around with masks on for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. No, dude,
I wouldn't blame
crud
this
gets
place.
passed around offices, though.
It
There's
does.
no doubt about that. I mean, it gets passed around schools too, but
Homes,
Yeah.
I mean,
homes, yeah.
all of that. It's just kind of hard to
above.
not pass things around because you're, close to people
Sure.
and air gets circulated and all that. So.
Sure. So I'm gonna steal one of your lines. What the heck's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know?
So the Royals are in a big fight.
That's what you were telling me. I
Shocker.
don't know. I don't know anything about it, so
So
I
this
don't have
morning-
anything to add.
So here's the thing. I don't see. Oh gosh. So you have the royal family, the Queen. Everyone loved. Charles. Nobody likes.
Mm-hmm.
Never have. And then you have the sons, William and Harry, and then their prospective wives and kids and all of this. Well, then Harry marries Meghan Markle, and Harry's always kind of been his own dude anyway. And then
Yeah.
he and Meghan decide to leave the royal family and all that. Well, now I think they got to America. This is just my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
And realized we left the royal family and we need to be relevant somehow and make
Mhm.
some money. So we probably ought to do some Netflix documentaries and write some books or something about
Yeah.
our family dirty
Uh-huh.
laundry.
Yeah.
So they did an Oprah special and spilled the tea, and then they did this Netflix thing, which I haven't watched. I refuse to because it just makes me angry that
Yeah.
people get on TV and spill their family, whatever. It's like nobody's business. And so now Harry has a book coming
Yeah.
out. And so then he just did another recent interview that basically said his brother assaulted him
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and that his dad, didn't do anything and whatever. And I'm just like, I'm just getting a little tired of you guys being whiny, and I don't know why it's relevant
I don't know.
as I sit here and
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. It's just something for people to talk about.
I guess, but I'm just like, I wonder if people in England care.
Oh, I imagine they're pretty sick of it too.
I would think so.
It's probably, I don't know,
It's
a different
like,
level of curiosity about it than
I
is
feel
here.
like you have these people that are supposed to be like up on this pedestal and like classy and whatever, acting like
Yeah.
a bunch of people getting in a bar fight or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
like
they should all get in a bar fight. That's how they
Ma-
settle it.
Jello wrestling.
That's how
See,
that's how they
one of these
figure-
days I'm going to get my Jello.
That's how they
wrestling
decide on the next monarch.
Jello wrestling for everyone.
Mhm. Yep.
Let Megan and what's her name duke it out, and
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
So, anywho, the Royals are continuing their riff. I mean, I don't think the brothers now, after Harry comes out and basically accuses his brother of assaulting him, that's never gonna get fixed up.
I don't know.
So it's just really sad. And then I'm sure the Queen, would have hated all of that. So,
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah.
that's my take on that.
Yeah. So here's a question for you. How
Okay.
many people in this room bought something from Amazon during this past holiday season? Everyone's got their hands up. So presumably Amazon's just rolling in the dough, right?
I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't be, considering the fact that I think I've bought 3 things on Amazon in the past day.
So here, Amazon announced yesterday that they will be laying off more than 18,000 workers.
Really?
Yeah. So Amazon is laying off 18,000 employees, the tech giant said Wednesday, representing the single largest number of jobs cut at a technology company since the industry began aggressively downsizing last year.
Whoa.
Yeah. So in a blog post, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy wrote that the staff reductions were set off by uncertain economy and the company's rapid hiring over the past several years.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So they're trying to cut the fat. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, so the cuts will primarily hit their corporate workforce and not the hourly warehouse workers. So, in other words, it's not affecting the people that are actually doing the work.
Unusual.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, normally they just like, well, let's just give up some corporate bonuses.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
yeah. So they
All the
had
suits.
been planning to lay off around 10,000 employees, but Wednesday he said that the number is just over 18,000.
Whoa.
So here's a crazy statistic. What percentage of Amazon's workforce do you think 18,000 is?
5%.
Barely over 1%.
Oh gosh.
So Amazon has 1.5 million workers.
Wow.
Yep. And that counts
Insane.
warehouses and corporate offices.
That is crazy.
So what do you think about that?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me if you're a giant. I mean, even Amazon, you're a giant corporation, and you need to, it needs to be
Mhm.
profitable. You're not just doing it for fun
Yeah.
to ship, boxes to people all over the world. So,
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me that they would go in and if they can make things more efficient. I wonder if it's because, are they implementing automation or are they,
Yeah.
I wonder
Well, it
how
says
are they
it's
able to
more-
function with less people?
Well, it says it's more corporate stuff. And so from what I understand from this is during COVID, online shipping just grew so much.
I guess that
or
makes
online
sense.
shopping in general, because people were buying things online that they never bought online before.
Yeah, like you were buying your shampoo and food
Yeah.
and all kind of stuff.
and now that's just less now.
Okay.
And I think they may be bet bigger on that lasting longer than it did.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, I just don't hate ordering a giant case of toilet paper and having it shipped to my house instead of hossing it through the grocery store.
Yeah.
There are things that you're like would have never thought about buying there that
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like, oh, I don't hate that.
Well, especially like the giant thing of toilet paper, if that's the only thing on your list and you're not planning on making a grocery run for, another week or whatever,
Exactly.
throw it in your Amazon cart.
Right, because it'll be there in 2 days.
Yeah.
Or if you live in the big city, you'll be there in 2 hours.
Oh, what did I... So
It's
this
crazy.
is this is funny. So the other day, last weekend, I was at the Easton Mall
Mhm.
and we were at the Barnes and Noble.
Yes.
And so you and me had recently been talking about the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood
Yes.
a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And so there is a new novelization of that movie out. And I saw that at the store and I was like, I haven't seen that movie yet. I wonder if they have the DVD. Well, they didn't have it. And I was like, well, I'm curious. I want to look on Amazon.
Yeah.
And so I looked on Amazon and it was cheap on Amazon. It was like $12 or
Mhm.
something like that. So I was like, I'll just order it on Amazon. And then the next morning it was at my house. I couldn't have gotten it from home from Columbus any quicker than it came from Amazon.
You're like, where did it?
I know,
Did it
it-
fall out of the sky?
I
Like,
mean,
what-
it was there within 12 hours of me ordering it.
How is that?
It's insane.
Wait, have you watched it?
I've not watched it yet.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't gotten around. It came too fast. I wasn't ready yet.
I wasn't prepared yet.
I wasn't prepared. But yeah, so I now have that to watch, and it came real fast.
I need you to be mentally prepared to watch it
Mhm.
though.
Okay,
You've got to be in the right mindset to watch
what
it.
is the right mindset?
Sick and twisted
Sick and twisted.
and not taking it too seriously, I guess.
Okay. Well, I was planning on taking this silly movie very seriously, but
It's a Quentin
Since you say-
Tarantino movie.
since you say not to, I guess I won't.
yeah. Have you seen that one, Dylan?
What was it?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No, I don't think I have.
Have you seen any Quentin Tarantino movies?
I don't know who that guy is.
Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh God.
And I thought you were a cinephile, Dylan.
Oh, what?
I thought you were an aspiring filmmaker.
Well, yeah, but I don't.
And you don't know who
that guy
Quentin
is.
Tarantino is?
You
No.
cannot be an aspiring filmmaker and not know Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
You
Quentin
cannot have not
Tarantino.
seen Pulp Fiction. It's impossible.
It's pretty much impossible.
I'm sure I have. I just
It's the
don't
one where
recognize
John
the name.
Travolta dances like this.
Yeah.
You've never seen that clip?
No, I don't think I have.
Are there any memes
Teenage.
from Pulp Fiction?
Let me
Well,
Google
there's the
it.
one of Mia driving the car where she's like all wrecked and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got the picture of them driving the car looking good. And it says something like, Saturday at 8:00. And then it's got the one of them driving home all
Like-
wrecked. And it's like, Sunday at 2 a.m.
Oh, it looks interesting, but no, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, Dylan. In your spare time, which you have none,
Mhm.
go home and watch Pulp Fiction, sweetie.
Yeah.
You
Or
should be
just
able to find it anywhere.
Watch it on your phone during class or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's what kids do these days, right?
Is it?
I don't know.
Are you allowed to have your phone at school?
No,
Do you have your phone at school?
we have it. Yeah.
But you're not allowed to get it out.
No.
Ah.
Do you?
No.
Good answer.
Hey.
I don't believe you, but good answer.
Speaking of what kids are doing these days.
Yeah.
So here's a survey that says Gen Z has fewer people seeking jobs like plumbing, building, and electrical work.
Okay.
So they say that the percentage of people in that generation, which is people born from 1997 to 2012, dropped by 49% in 2022 compared to 2020. It is on track to become the most educated generation, but fewer folks are opting for those traditional hands-on skilled trade jobs.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so we've heard a lot about colleges and stuff focusing more on that
Yeah,
stuff.
pushing the
And
trades.
so it's interesting because, one, like there's not enough people wanting to do those jobs, but two, apparently people don't want to do those jobs.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, it just in general, try to find somebody to do those jobs
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah. Because everybody had burst pipes last week. They're all real busy.
I said,
But
yeah, the plumbers did real well last week.
oh yeah.
But I mean, it just even around here, it's
Mhm.
not easy to find somebody to do those kind of
Yeah.
jobs. So yeah, that if you're looking for a career, that would be a good one.
Yeah. It's
So
something that's needed that's apparently not a whole heck of a lot of competition.
you said Gen Z was 97 to 2012.
Yeah.
So what's the newest generation called?
I do not know. People born after 2012.
I think it's like Gen X, isn't it?
No, we're
No.
Gen X.
Yeah, Gen X is
I'm Gen X.
Oh,
It's called old AF.
all right. What's after Gen Z?
There's Gen X, then millennials, then Gen was there one in between millennials and Gen Z?
Oh, Alpha.
They're called alphas?
Yeah.
Okay. When were you born, Dylan? What year?
2004.
Okay, so you're a Gen Zer.
Yeah. Generation Alpha is from 2010 to 2024.
Okay.
And then Generation Beta will be 2025 to 2039. Unless, of course, they come up with a catchy name like Millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan, do you know the Greek alphabet? What comes after beta?
Mina.
I don't even know if I know that.
You don't?
Beta. No, I don't know. I wasn't in a fraternity or anything, so I don't know that stuff.
That's one of the weird things that I do know.
Because you were in a sorority, weren't you?
Yes. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, psi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega.
All the variants of the coronavirus.
Yes, exactly. All of that.
Um,
All of the ones.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, so, Dylan, maybe you should consider becoming a tradesman.
There you go, Dylan.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Well, then that's the other thing, if people don't want to do those jobs, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I
Who's
don't
gonna
know.
Who's gonna invent the plumbing robot?
You're gonna pay the people
It's gonna be real
a
expensive to get a
lot to
plumber.
that do the job. So, uh, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But it is interesting how generations, focus on certain
Mm-hmm.
career
Mm-hmm.
paths. Like, I feel like my generation was kind of like the start of you have to go to college situation or you're
Mhm.
going to die or
Mhm.
never find a job.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it went down that path for a little while. Then now we're
Long
going back to the
while.
trades because nobody
Yeah.
knows trades anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of wild.
Yep. Very interesting.
It's all kind of like the curve.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hill, up and down,
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
or uphill both ways barefoot if you
Yeah.
walk to school.
So did you hear about this guy that intentionally drove his car off a cliff in California to try to kill his family?
I did. Did
Yeah.
you see the car?
It's a white Tesla. So he has been arrested and charged with intentionally driving off a cliff in Northern California in an attempt to kill his family, law enforcement said. About 10:50
Dude.
local time on Monday.
So bad. It's so bad.
Oh yeah. I don't know how. I mean, the picture, this is the only picture I've seen, the one that's here on this.
There
maybe,
is nothing left of the car.
yeah, maybe Dylan, you can probably find this picture pretty easy. It's all over the news.
Nothing left of the
I
car.
mean, it's just pancaked. I don't know how anybody survived. It looks
It was one of
absurd.
those cliffs in
It's
California.
250 to 300 foot fall,
Yeah.
it says.
It was one of those cliffs that you see in like the movies in California where it's like all rocks and then
Mhm.
the ocean's
Yeah.
like down below.
Yeah, he
and-
missed the ocean by like 30 feet.
Yeah, and they say that so guy straps his wife and his two kids,
Who were 4 and 7
4 and
years
7, in the Tesla. He's a doctor and drives off this cliff. And they were interviewing this lady, and she said she just happened to look up in her rearview mirror and she saw it happen. Like
old. The car
he was
driving
behind
ahead
her.
of him.
He was behind her, and she said, I saw this car kind of like go sideways, and then the next thing I know, it disappeared. So it was crazy. And of course, they were interviewing the first responders, and they had to, a bunch of them had to rappel down. They had to.
They brought in helicopters.
It was crazy, a crazy rescue. But they were like, we never have seen people survive stuff like this, and all 4 of them survived.
That's insane. Freaking 4-year-old.
Yeah, there's the car. Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
picture.
that's a different picture. Yeah. Yeah. See if you can find one that is a little further away to give a scale of how freaking far they fell. But
Yeah,
yeah, how
the
in
cliff.
how in the world? Well, I mean, one, why in the world would you do that? But 2, how you survive that?
I don't know. And this
crazy.
dude's like, I mean, again, he's a doctor. It's not like
Mhm.
he's, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess because he's a doctor doesn't mean anything, but you're just like, what on earth would, if you want to kill yourself, fine, but not
Mhm.
like your kids and your wife. Like,
Mhm. Now, I will say this. I think this is funny. Every article I've seen about this has had the headline something along the lines of Tesla driver intentionally drives family off cliff. If he was driving a Honda Civic,
would
it say Honda Civic driver intention?
Correct. No, it
Right.
would not.
Like, what is the type of car? I mean, I know Teslas have like that self-driving mode, and it does talk about that here in this article.
It's
And
kind
the
of
police,
clickbait a little
yeah,
bit.
and the police say that there's no indication that the driving mode was a contributing factor to this.
No.
But yeah, but it's like, suburban driver
Yeah,
intentionally.
right. Like
Yeah.
Bronco driver.
Bronco
like-
driver intentionally.
No, it would say doctor or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
California
there's
family.
kind of the cliff there.
My
of-
gosh.
And the ocean's right there. It's that scene that you see in the movies with all the
Oh,
the
yeah.
rocks and the
Crazy.
I'm sure that the rescue people got there and they were like, oh well,
Yeah,
this
they
is
were
gonna end
probably
badly.
not expecting survivors.
No, they definitely were not. And they say, of course, the car seats must have been strapped in properly, and the kids, were in their proper seats
at least he properly secured their car seats before he tried to kill them.
before he tried to kill them all. Yeah, super.
That's stand-up guy right there.
I don't know how many seconds I could, it would have to go back to whatever physics or whatever.
Mm-hmm. How long does it take to
How
fall
long does
300
it take
feet?
to fall 350 feet in a Tesla?
I don't know.
I mean, it would be enough seconds
If you're
that-
in that car, it probably feels like a long time.
It would be
Yeah.
like you would know it was happening situation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, think about what those kids are gonna. I mean,
Oh yeah. Talk about being scarred.
My dad he drove us off a cliff and tried to kill
Yeah.
us. Like, are you kidding me? I'm never getting in a car
How
ever
you,
again.
Yeah, how do you get over that?
I don't know.
Oh,
A lot of therapy, I guess.
yeah. If you're lucky, I suppose.
But yeah, that was one of the most bizarre stories I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they survived was even more bizarre, which is fantastic. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, so there's a lot of weird stories
Mm-hmm.
like right now. Oh, I was telling you about this one. This is like, I have a couple of cute ones. A bird. So you're a bird guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the cutest thing, by the way. Where did you get it? So he has this bird feeder that has a camera on the inside of it. It is the cutest thing.
So I can show you.
So, like the birds, like it's like all you see is like these little bird faces, like looking in. It is so adorable. Where did you get that?
So it's called the Bird Buddy.
Okay.
And it was a Kickstarter thing that I backed about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And well, more than that, it was pre-COVID. It was probably around Christmas 2019, and so it just finally shipped like this past fall.
Okay.
So it's just a little plastic bird feeder with with the camera in it that looks about like a Ring doorbell. And yeah, so just bird lands on it, and it turns the little camera on.
And then it notifies
I'll show you.
him.
Yeah, and I'll show you some here on the screen in a
It's
second.
hilarious. Like, you could watch that for hours. And then what does it do? Does it send you like a chirp or something? What does it do?
So when something new comes, you can't hear me. Here, Dylan, you can do that.
When something new comes, it makes this like cutest noise.
So when a new thing comes in, it'll show up on your phone like this. This little bird sitting on the chest.
So you click on
And then
that.
you click on that, and it pops up and shows you what it was that just landed there.
It is so cute. It's such a good idea. And it's something that makes it's like so dumb, but it's so fun and cute and cool.
Yeah. I mean, one piece of just disclaimer or whatever, if you do think that is cute, it was like a Kickstarter thing. It is just kind of a small startup company.
Mm-hmm.
So if you order it, don't expect it to like be there in 2 days.
Yeah.
So like it took me 2 years to get it.
Yeah.
And there are other companies that make similar products that I,
there are.
probably varying levels of reliability and stuff. But
Well-
it is super cute. It is fun.
Very, very cool. And it's just something neat that, and you get like, who doesn't like to get a surprise like bird visit, on your phone? Like, so adorable.
Yeah, it is fun, and especially on, some of those snowy days where they really just go crazy.
You're right. Yeah. Well,
hey, you
I
can
was
get
telling
one. You could put one up and see your cats trying to.
Yeah, exactly. The cat's trying to eat the birds. That'd be great.
But people have gotten some pretty great pictures of like squirrels trying to get into them. And
I
stuff.
bet those are cute too. Well, I found this story and I thought you would think it was really cool because you do feed the birds a lot and whatever. I'm sure that's really important. An 855 number.
Probably.
Yeah. A bird has broken a Guinness World Record. Are you all ready for this?
I'm not.
This bird, a juvenile bar-tailed godwit.
You want to look up what a bar-tailed jar? How do you say it?
Godwit, Godwit. A bar-tailed godwit.
Yeah, you want to look that up, Dylan?
Yeah, look that up, Dylan.
I think I already got it.
Oh my. That thing looks fast.
I'll bet that's it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, so that little, well, I don't know if that's the bird, but a bird like that broke a Guinness World Record for the longest nonstop migration by a bird. Are you ready for this? It flew 8,435 miles from Alaska to Tasmania, Australia in one
That's
flight.
far. 8,000 miles.
8,435
Does it say
miles.
how long it took them to do that?
Yeah. It departed Alaska on October 11th and landed in Tasmania 11 days later. And they know this because
Well,
the bird's tagged.
Yeah, so assuming that's actually it. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
tagged
that's it.
there.
And he did not stop a single time for food or rest. They say he lost more than half of his body weight during the continuous day and night flight.
You know, that's just like a stubborn dad driving his family home from
Isn't
vacation.
it like Clark Griswold
like,
of the bird world?
That like refuses to stop.
No,
No,
I don't care if you have to pee. Just suck it up.
we're almost home. We're only 4 hours away.
Here's a cup. Yeah, no, isn't that crazy? The bird known by tag number 234684. The record was previously set in 2020 by another Godwit, and it was 217. This one broke the record by 217 miles. How on earth does a bird?
Well, there's not, to be fair, there's probably not a lot of places to stop between Alaska
Alaska
and Tasmania.
But like, number one, what makes it,
Yeah.
choose? Isn't that nuts?
Birds are crazy, man.
Oh, James wants to know if you've seen a squirrel.
I've not seen a squirrel on the smart feeder yet. The deer
seen them
eat
other
the deer
places.
eat it at night, but the camera turns off after dark, so it doesn't
Oh.
record the deer.
Dang
I
it.
might put the trail cam back out to
Catch
get
them.
it, but I know that's who's doing it.
Yeah.
I caught him before.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So there you go. They can land on the water and feed. If a godwit lands on water, it's dead. It doesn't have the webbing in its feet, and it has no way of taking back off. So it has to just go.
Has to just go.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd probably just
8,435 miles.
wow. Incredible.
And you wonder what did it like store up? Like, did it know it was flying 8,435 miles and like
No,
it was
I'm
like,
sure
oh,
it
I'm
did.
gonna store
Well,
up
Yeah.
enough to. I know I'm gonna lose half my body weight.
Well, we were talking about hummingbirds and how like
yeah,
much calorie they burn, and so there are some community. I think it's like in the New England area where hummingbirds, when they migrate, or maybe it's closer to Mexico. I can't remember exactly where it's at, but there are some places where there's a big body of water like in the path of the hummingbirds migration, and so some of these towns that are like on the edge of that
hmm
become these huge hives for these birds, like a
like
couple
they have
of
to
weeks.
stop.
Yeah, they stop and they like stay there for however long it takes them to like eat enough.
Right,
like,
to fuel
build-
back up.
Yeah, so you'll see in some of these towns for like, a week or whatever, there's just millions of these hummingbirds everywhere.
And you have to think that people like in the town have to probably put out.
Oh yeah,
things
I mean
for them
it
and-
becomes like a tourism
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
How
yeah.
neat.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love to see a hummingbird? They're pretty,
They're pretty
cool.
cool. They're pretty cool.
They are. They're fast little buggers.
They are fast little boogers.
I was telling James I've had several end up in my garage for some reason. I don't know why, but
Mhm.
trying to catch them it's tough because I always try to
Yeah.
get hold of them and
Yeah.
release them
Now, I do have to ask, why are you trying to catch them? Why don't you just open the doors and let them find their way out?
because the cats are in there,
Oh,
and then they get tired and they land because they're
Mm.
so exhausted because they're bouncing off the walls and
Gotcha.
stuff. So I try to save them.
gotcha.
So it's like plastic bag from Kroger and with a coat hanger.
Maybe, maybe you
make
should
your own.
just buy like a butterfly net.
Oh, that would be such a good idea. I never thought of that.
You look like SpongeBob out there trying to catch
Yeah.
jellyfish.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, speaking of things that are amazing,
Yes.
have you seen any of these stories in the news recently about like AI generated stuff?
Well, you mentioned it to me. I haven't really, other than that creepy that creepy movie that we were just looking at the trailer of.
Well, I don't think that was AI generated. I think that was human generated to look creepy. But so there's been a lot of talk recently about, you know, things that are just completely created by a computer. And so
Okay.
you've probably seen like on Facebook and stuff like that, people posting these photos of themselves that look like old paintings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's all done through like AI algorithms and stuff like that. This software searches the internet and looks at all these different examples of paintings and whatever,
Okay.
and then you feed it information, which is, you know, a photo of you, and it takes that photo of you and all this information that it's learned from all this other stuff on the internet and creates a new image, sort of meshing all that stuff together, and it does it pretty much instantly.
Okay. And how do you do that?
So the one that's been going around on Facebook and stuff a lot recent is an app that you can download on your phone.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. It's a little bit of a controversial thing because it's using like other people's like intellectual property to like teach this algorithm how to work.
Oh.
But it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And you can do that with a lot of stuff, but you can also do stupid stuff with it.
Okay.
And so Dylan's brought one of these websites up. So can you bring this up on the screen? All right. So what this is you enter a prompt and then it will spit out an image of whatever you type. And it won't be some of them will basically just look like a photograph, but it's not a photograph. It's a completely artificial intelligence generated image.
Okay.
So Dylan, let's type in horse and we'll just give it something easy to start with.
Okay.
So, and it'll hit generate and it'll spit out a picture of a horse here in a second.
Maybe.
Yeah. It doesn't work as quickly as we would like for it to. We're putting it on the spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to, yeah,
Oh,
so
there we
there you
go.
go. So
Okay.
there's a picture of a horse
All right.
and that basically looks like a photograph. Well,
Yes.
how about now, Dylan? How about a horse queen?
Oh.
Now let's see what it'll spit out.
What do you think?
I don't know. So, and it's funny that like it doesn't necessarily think the way that we think.
Yeah.
So what you're picturing in your head may not be
necessarily like
what it spits out. And so that one didn't really do anything. That's really just a horse.
Okay.
So okay, let's give it something. So how about a horse, a queen riding a horse with a crown? How about that?
Now we're really going to confuse it.
Yeah. Well, no, we're gonna get weirder. We're gonna see how weird we can get it to go.
Okay.
Because the weirder, the more like specific
Stuff
directions
put
you
in
give
there,
it,
yeah.
like the better it works, I think.
What website is this one?
Deepai.org.
Yeah. So
Oh God.
so there we go. So like that's not like it looks like an old painting or something, but it's not. It's just a weird.
So it's gone out there and found bits and pieces of stuff from the internet and put it all together is what you're saying.
Yeah. So now just instead of saying a queen, why don't you say Queen Elizabeth?
Oh boy. Liz.
All right. So now instead of just a queen wearing a horse, now we're looking for Queen Elizabeth.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So let's see. So let's see if it's smart enough to figure that out. So there she is.
Wow.
So okay, now how about instead of wearing a crown, change it to wearing a cowboy hat?
So then can you save the image and use it for something?
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
be able to
you
save it just like anything else.
That is wild.
Oh.
Oh.
Why does she have like a peg leg?
So it'll do weird things. It'll give people like a really long arm or something like that because it's not a photograph. It's like a totally just generated image from just searching.
So it's picked like a horse at the rodeo and put the queen on it.
So all right, Dylan, how about let's get away from horse. Instead of a horse, how about she's riding a llama?
That'd be LLAMA. In case you don't
I think
know.
you got LL. Yeah, I think you got it right.
Okay.
It's hard to see on the monitor from where we're sitting.
Oh, this is too funny. I mean, this is just you could go on for hours.
Yep. I don't think that's Queen Elizabeth, but it's pretty good.
They had the cowboy hats there.
Yeah. All right. So now, Dylan, let's have Queen Elizabeth riding a llama with a cowboy hat in a location. Where should she be?
In Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. Vegas, baby, Vegas. Is that how you spell Las? How do you
I
spell?
think so. LAS.
Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It just didn't look right. I mean, but I also can't see it. It looked weird. All right. So Queen Elizabeth riding a llama, wearing a cowboy hat in Las Vegas.
Let's see what it does.
I think that's Las Vegas in the background.
Yeah.
So that's definitely not Queen Elizabeth, I don't think.
No, it looks a little bit like her.
Why are there two people?
I don't know.
Yeah. It looks like Kanye West on the llama.
Is it the dude from Nope?
Could be. But yeah, these are really funny.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, so those watching, give us some weird prompts here, and we'll search for them.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. But that could be useful. I mean, if you do have like for what you do with design and stuff, if you need, a heart with plaid and, something, I don't know,
Yeah.
like you could just type that in and maybe it would generate it for
and
you.
you can use it for writing too. So a lot of these like clickbaity like blog posts and stuff that you see, like that's not a person writing that. That's somebody going to a program like that and say, write me a blog post about Kevin McCarthy and the House leadership debacle, and it'll just spit it out.
Oh, you're kidding.
And it's pretty good. If it's something that there's like enough information for it to pull from, it can do a pretty good job.
Well, that seems like every college student's dream.
Yeah.
What if you
Pretty
get
much.
caught doing that?
Well, when I was looking at these last night, I found so you can do that, but then you can also check it for plagiarism. So it'll like highlight all that stuff right there for you, so you like know what you've got to change.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No more writing 10-page papers. God, that was
No.
the worst.
Yeah.
I have nightmares about that still.
Writing college term papers.
Yeah, and I because I'm a procrastinator.
Mhm.
So if I had a 10-page paper to write, I would do it like the night before instead
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
because I'm a procrastinator.
All right, but give us so if you're listening, give us some weird prompts.
Yeah.
And we will look them up.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So here's kind of an interesting story. I actually kind of missed this because it happened kind of while I was on break and was kind of unplugged from the world. But Pope Benedict died.
Yes.
Yeah. And so he was the first pope in like 600 years to retire.
He retired.
Yeah. So
Or
now,
resigned.
or
I don't know
resigned,
what the
yeah.
word is.
But he stepped down before he died.
Yeah, the rest of them just
Just died.
won't give it up.
Yeah. So this is kind of interesting. It's the kind of basically the first time ever they've had a funeral for a pope that's not still the pope while there's like
Yeah.
while there is a pope.
And then, because there's always that simultaneous of the picking the
Picking
new pope situation
Yeah.
going on all at the same time.
You got the smoke coming out of the chapel or whatever.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
kind of neat. But yeah, he actually stepped down. I don't know why he stepped down, whether it was health or
I think he just, wanted to like I think he just wanted a little bit of
Wanna chill.
retirement.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm like 90 years old. I'd like to chill for a little bit.
exactly.
So he was 95 when he died. Trying to see what year he
It's been a while.
stepped down. It's been I don't think it's been more than 5 years. Maybe it has.
Yeah.
The
I think it
first
has.
pope in 6 centuries.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
600 years.
Yeah, it doesn't say in here when he stepped down. Or if it does, I'm missing it. But very interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely wild.
The last time this happened was 1802.
It's like, how do they even know that? Like,
Don't know.
who wrote that down?
Well, I don't know. I figure there's pretty good
Records?
records kept of popes.
Probably. They're
Yeah.
kind of important and
Yeah.
stuff.
I suppose so.
Doesn't that make you feel like very, very insignificant when, things were happening in 1800, in the grand scheme of
Mm-hmm.
how many years this planet has been?
Yeah.
You just feel really, really insignificant if you start
Yeah.
thinking about that.
One thing
It's kind of depressing.
one thing that I think is kind of funny when you think about how much things have changed like over the, centuries and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Look at old like sort of, Renaissance era like paintings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them were like of, kind of noblemen and stuff like that. But look at some of these like old paintings of like rich ladies that have like cats with them.
Okay.
And you will realize that cats have not changed at all.
They're still jerks.
Cats are exactly the same as they were 500 years ago. Like people have changed so much. Cats
Cats.
have stayed the same.
Still.
Yeah.
They still look the same and they're
Yeah.
still jerks.
Yeah. So Dylan, did we get any AI image requests?
Not yet.
All right.
Okay.
So all right. Come on, guys. Give
Oh,
us
come on. Be
give
creative.
us some. Yeah. Let's end the show today with some weird AI image generations.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the sweetest story?
I do.
I don't even know how this is humanly possible. A Pennsylvania couple just celebrated their 80th wedding anniversary. 80th.
Yeah.
They are both 102 years old.
Wow.
Isn't that so sweet? Robert and Edith May Sham met in high school in 1936, married in 1942, and they celebrated that anniversary on December 26th. Edith May said, "We hold each other up," and he said the secret would be not to go to bed mad. The Guinness World Record for the longest marriage stands at 86 years, 290 days.
How old does it say how old they were when they got married or what year they got married?
The ones that it's the oldest, the
Yeah.
record.
Well, either one of them, I guess.
Yeah, so the ones I'm talking about are 102 years old
Yeah.
and they've been married since 1942. But the Guinness World Record for the longest marriage stands at 86 years, 290 days. It was set by Herbert and Zelma Fisher, whose marriage lasted until Herbert died in 2011. How are you married 86 years? My God. I don't even know how that's like the numbers work.
I don't know. It's a long time.
They had to have been married very, very young.
Yeah.
So, But 80 years, can you imagine? I mean, people don't even make it 8 years. Like, I mean, or 8 minutes half the time
living
now.
80 years is
Yeah, I know. Like living 80
Yeah.
years is crazy.
A
And
lot.
they're both 102. Isn't that wild?
is wild.
They must have lived a happy, healthy life.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them if they lived 104 years of a miserable.
Yeah, right.
maybe the misery is the only thing keeping them alive.
Kind of like your story yesterday.
Yeah.
I came back from vacation with a new
and my anger is the only thing keeping me going.
hatred for my job.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of some good computer generated.
yeah.
Like, it'd be funny to put random things together.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's wrote anything in, Dylan? That's wild.
Nope, not yet.
Disappointed in you guys.
Yeah. Come on, people.
All right. Why don't we go? Let's click back on there. Let's come up with a couple weird ones, Jen.
Okay.
All right. You come up with a person, and I'll come up with an activity, and
Okay.
then Dylan can come up with a place.
A person.
All right.
Okay, so a person, Dolly Parton.
All right, Dolly Parton, and I said I'm going to come up with an activity.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Dolly Parton playing baseball.
I think it's O-N. Or is that how you spelled it? I can't.
Parton
Yeah, I got
Okay.
that.
Okay. Good job.
In France.
in France. Dolly Parton playing baseball in France.
Llama again.
It's too funny. Why are
Oh,
llamas
God.
so funny?
I don't know.
All right, Dolly Parton playing baseball in France.
Shut up. How funny.
I mean, I think that might be France.
Yeah, I mean it's just a weird looking old baseball old photo. All right, how about Dolly Parton?
We got something.
Okay.
Dylan
Clown Dolphin in the Desert by
All right.
Judy Hamilton.
Oh, your mom.
All right, my mom wants to see a clown dolphin in the desert.
Clown. Oh.
Clown.
Dolphin. Did she say in the desert?
That's what you said.
Let me make sure I got that right. Yep.
Okay. We'll see. All right, Mom, we're on it.
All right, clown dolphin in the desert.
I can't even imagine what it's going to come up with.
I don't know. We should have done Dolly Parton riding a clown dolphin in the desert.
Right? Okay, that's weird.
I don't know if he's a clown, but that's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
It's insane. And the fact that it does this in like 10 seconds.
That is so bizarre.
Yeah.
It is just a weird sight to
All right.
see.
What else is a weird place for a dolphin to be?
Um,
How about in the forest with Dolly Parton?
With Dolly Parton. Oh.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. The fact that it doesn't it doesn't do it instantaneously, of course, but it
pretty
takes
quick. Oh my god.
oh,
That is some nightmare fuel.
That is terrifying.
I don't like it.
That is a nightmare. Make that go away, Dylan.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't like
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Yeah, that
Come
was-
up with something less disturbing.
That was creepy.
We're like, no.
I didn't say stop. I just said come up with something less disturbing. Okay. Type in Kevin McCarthy losing votes to be House Speaker.
Man, I mean, what a debacle.
Yeah.
What are the Republicans doing?
I don't know.
And every time they vote, it just gets worse.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
That shouldn't be too hard to find,
Yeah.
considering.
And then we're at a dolphin and Dolly Parton. I mean, that's not him, but it just sort of created a generic looking senator.
Oh my gosh, that's so
That's
funny.
hilarious. Now add with Dolly Parton. And a dolphin.
With
This is so strange. We're gonna like blow up the computer or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think we could start using this.
What is happening? Oh my God.
Look at the dolphin.
Where's the dolphin?
It's just popping its head up in the lower right hand corner.
Why does she look so scary?
That's the weirdest.
That's so funny.
Oh, that is super bizarre.
That's so funny.
Oh God.
The
That's so funny.
microphone.
Yeah, her weird microphone. She got like
She's
one
got
eye
like one
bigger
eye
than
shut,
the other.
one eye open.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so close to being lifelike, but it's just these weird little things that make it just nightmarish. That's hilarious.
I don't like it. I don't like Dolly looking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I mean, I could see like a purpose for it. Like
Uh-huh.
we're being stupid and insane with the whole situation, but I could see like if you just type in, you know, like I said, plaid heart or something like that, it would like make
Yeah.
that for you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
What did you do?
You just typed in esports. So like the words almost never make sense in this. It's always just sort of a gibberish thing that looks like a
Oh.
word. Which is interesting.
That is so wild.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
But so who are the people that designed this program, you know? Like
Mhm.
that is wild.
Yeah.
A lot of smart people.
Smarter than me. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
Me either.
So here I give a quick plug. While
Sure.
we got time to go.
Yeah.
A week from tomorrow, next Friday, that is January 13th, Friday the 13th.
Oh no, really?
Something bad's going to happen. But I will be having a little art exhibition in Gallipolis. It's at a place called the Artisan Shop. It's on 3rd Avenue in Gallipolis.
You are?
I will. I'm going to have about, I think, 12 of my photographs on display in there.
So cool.
And so from 5 to 7 on January 13th, we're going to have a little reception in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a neat little place. It's
Is it like an art gallery or is it
so are you familiar with Apple City Artisans here in Jackson?
Yeah.
So it's very similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of a they have like crafts and things from like local vendors, you know, jewelry and some pottery and some things like that.
Mhm.
But they also do like painting classes and like ceramic classes and stuff like that. So it's really
Nice.
neat. I've not really been in there much, but it is very neat. And then they also have I think it's right there in the same building or connected next door. There's a little sort of like thrift store kind of thing that sells
Cool.
like vintage toys and stuff like that.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so that might be something Dylan's into. It's got like retro video games kind of thing. Kind of like we've got a store similar to that here in Jackson over
Yeah.
by the Enterprise. But yeah,
Yes.
so next Friday, January 13th,
Aw, come out and see
at the
James.
Artisan Shop in Gallipolis.
Will you have stuff for sale there?
It
or-
will be for sale. I'll have some birds, and I have some things that I did in such a way so that I can intentionally sell them cheap.
Okay.
So a lot of times I like to print stuff out real big and everything. So a lot of times when I do stuff like that, it's pretty expensive, but I have a few things that are just $30. So
Nice.
yeah. So if you'd like a bird picture to, you know, decorate a room with or whatever,
Love
I have a
that.
few. Yep.
Very, very
And I might
cool.
have a copy of my book there for sale too.
Okay.
Not sure about that yet.
It's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so next Friday,
Are you going to
January
bring the other
13th,
book with you?
I might. I have a rude bird book.
He has a rude bird book.
It's very funny.
And there's not one page on it that we could read here on the air.
Yeah,
so.
it's very funny,
It is
but it's
hilarious.
not. Yeah.
But
It's called, what is it? It's the field guide to all of the dumb birds of the whole stupid world.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's very funny. It's very rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude just took birds and made up names to them.
Made up like dirty names for them.
Yes, it's pretty funny.
It's very funny. Yeah.
And explained them in really crude ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh shoot. Well, very good.
Yeah. Well, it's
Well, we
10
made
o'clock.
it to
Yeah.
10, didn't we?
Yeah. Pete Wilson's going to be back tomorrow.
Yeah,
Some
we'll
more
do
news.
some news
Yeah.
tomorrow, and we look forward to that. Look forward to maybe some sunshine today, we hope. A little
Hopefully.
bit.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hey, at least the spigot turned off, and we're good with that.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yep. For sure.
I was out taking the dogs on a long walk around our property yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and we live on a hill. Like, our backyard goes like this, and I was walking across the middle of the backyard, and the water was standing like that. And I'm like, how is this even possible?
Yeah.
Like, why is
It
it
was
not
bad.
running down the hill? It's just like standing on the hill.
Yeah. There's water everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw Eddie Jones Park, didn't you? I mean, it's Eddie Jones Lake now.
It typically is. I don't drive by there anymore
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're in a different building. I used to
Well,
drive by there every day.
Yeah. Well, there's a really good picture on the Telegram website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when it was like at its highest. But yeah,
Yeah,
you could have canoed through there.
for sure. It's Jackson's finest park lake occasionally.
Yep.
Yep. So, all right. Well, have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back here tomorrow with some news.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.